Hello everyone, welcome on Metaverse 1. My name is Marcin Siewnicki, and I'd like to invite you to how to use Copilot in Microsoft Teams. First, short agenda. So, what should you expect from this session? So first, I will show you I will give you a short description overview. What is a Copilot? If you already know it, that's great. But if not, I will show you what it is and what the main options, especially in Teams. Then I will go through two Teams. I will show you a demo, live demo, how to start working with Copilot in Teams. What you can expect from Copilot. Is there anything different from different type of Copilots in M365? And then I will jump to the meeting. So I will try to show you how to use it during the meeting, during the live meeting, what you can use it, what scenarios are available here. And then we will switch to the finished meeting. So what is available after the meeting, when the meeting is over, meeting notes, options, what you can do, what you can get using Copilot. And at the end, some best practices and in fact what you should use and what you should avoid using Copilot. So first, before we start, my name is Marcin Siewnicki. I am from Poland. I work in ISCG company. I'm one of the organizers of Collab Days Poland, and my main area, my focus area is Office for M365 right now, Teams, SharePoint Online, and stuff around modern workplace, Copilots, automation, etc. You can find me on LinkedIn or on my blog, Modern Workplace. But yeah, let's go to the main topic. What is a Copilot? And Microsoft 365 Copilot, that's the name, new one. So it's AI assistant for your work. It's a dedicated tool that you can use inside Microsoft 365 and inside many different applications or services in M365. So it's not one tool, one box, but it's quite large instance. So you get one Copilot, but with multiple entries. So it connects with multiple services, and it works a little bit different in each service. It works different in Word, in Excel, in PowerPoint, or in Teams. So the main use is to work on your data and give you some AI capabilities to speed up your work, to just help you with everyday tasks. So how it works? Of course, we have a user, so a Copilot operator. So for example, when I connect to Copilot, I'm the user, I can type instructions to Copilot, and the Copilot connects with large language models behind it, so this AI engine, and this AI engine connects with our data through secured channels, with our data, with our knowledge, so files, chats, emails, everything that is created or by us or shared with us. So it can just use our data to help us with everyday tasks. And then it's based on those data, this information generates some output responses and go back with us with suggestions, ideas, documents, PowerPoint, etc. And this example of, because I want to show you some information about Teams today. So this is a Teams window, and in fact, Copilot exists in Teams in three different options. But in this example, it is works as an intelligent recap. So you will get additional information after the meeting generated by Copilot, and you can use those information as a meeting notes, maybe some follow-up tasks generated by Copilot for you. So you can copy those information and use them, send them in email and so on. But yeah, sorry. So I need to. Sorry. I messed up with my. Okay. So in this example, we have an intelligent recap. We have AI notes generated by Copilot. We have some notes. Of course, all those information comes from recording. So we need to record our meeting and we need to generate a transcript. This is, well, one of the most and the main requirements. So because Copilot works on data, so it needs a transcript, it needs text to work with and to generate some information. So without transcript, you won't get anything out of the meeting, or you won't get any notes and information. So you need transcript, but you will get AI notes generated by you, by Copilot. But as an addition, you can also run a Copilot window, dedicated pane, and ask additional questions. And I think that this is the most important part, because notes can be different, but everyone has different questions, different needs. So I can ask for maybe pros and cons. Someone else can ask for a quick summary or longer summary, etc. And you can ask additional questions, format outputs, format responses, and so on. And before we switch to demo, this is also a very important slide. It shows all features available in Microsoft 365 Copilot, but compared to Microsoft Teams Premium. Because if you used Teams Premium, you know that there are some AI capabilities. They were introduced 2 years ago, but Copilot came and, well, consumed those features and provide some more, well, much more, many more features available for AI. So if you use only Teams Premium without Copilot, you have some basic capabilities, so only intelligent recap. But with Copilot, you have much more, so you can ask Copilot to do something more, to get detailed notes, more information, more summaries, etc. And because Copilot, well, it's not only, I mean, M365 Copilot, it's not only connected to Teams and works inside Teams, but it has access to all of your data. So we can work within Teams. You can ask for additional information outside of Teams, for emails, documents, OneDrive stuff, etc. So it's quite versatile, and it's one place. So it doesn't matter if you work inside Teams or outside Teams. It has access to everything that you use in M365. Okay, so let's work with Copilot in Teams. I will switch to my demo. So let's try to use this one. Okay, it's always a little bit complicated if you want to show Teams during Teams meetings, but let's try it. Okay, so this is my Teams, and I have a Copilot icon in my chat. So this is the main entry point in Teams. So if I click it, I will get a full experience, full Copilot experience, the same as if I use this Copilot in M365 start page. So it's the same, works the same way, has access to everything I have in my account. So here I can ask Copilot to get me some information about my work, about my colleagues, but also about Teams channels, mentions, maybe meetings. So let's try and show you something. For example, If you have any task created in a planner inside Teams or outside Teams, you can ask what tasks were assigned to me. Is there anything completed or maybe overdue? So I have some information about tasks. Copilot shows me that information in the chat with resources. This is very important. For example, I can click on select or click on this one and get information of the source of this task. For example, I have some meeting notes. Maybe some other files were sent to me by email. I didn't respond to it. So I have information, what the source of this information. Not only, hey, you have free overview task, but the exact connection to this information in my M365 account. Let's check something about meetings. So what meetings were scheduled, held, or maybe canceled? So now Copilot is checking my account, my Outlook and Teams, and shows me everything about my meetings, my last meetings. So I have a lot of meetings, test meetings. For example, I have some info path to power ups, some SharePoint signatures meeting. So I have exact dates. I have also a link to the connection reference to this meeting. And this is very helpful because I don't need to go to Outlook, go to calendar and check or look for this meeting, search for it, but I can simply click on this SharePoint signature meeting. I have information, dedicated information, when the meeting was held, about participants, and about suggested questions, so the suggested prompts. For example, let's say about this signature. So let's click and I want some key takeaways from this meeting. So here, Copilot create a prompt for me, quite detailed one, and connect automatically to this meeting. So if I click, I will get, well, in fact, meeting notes, some key takeaways with actions, items from this meeting. Maybe it zoom out because it's quite long. So I can quickly check some key takeaways. I can even check some action items. Maybe there are some tasks. Someone proposed some tasks, someone answered, and so on. So in this case, I have where there are only two participants, my test account John and me myself, and I have a few tasks. So some research information, integration plan, pilot testing, a training session, and so on. So I can go. If I need some more information, I can ask Copilot to provide me some more information about that, maybe some next steps, maybe order those information about in chronological order, and so on. The next one, I want, because Teams, well, we have channels, we have Teams inside Microsoft Teams. So we very often work on files. So in fact, not only chat and meet, but we also create, edit, modify a lot of files. So I can ask, not this one, sorry, copy again. Stop. This one, yep. So what files were shared, maybe edited or commented by me? So I will get a list, the detailed list about those files where I'm an editor, author, or maybe someone mentioned. So I will get everything. I can limit those responses to maybe 5 last files or maybe top 5 commented files, etc. But I will get, again, connection, a reference to the specific file, so I can ask additional questions. Maybe, but Teams It's also a tool when we talk a lot. And if someone mentioned me, I can go to my activity feed and check every single mention during the day, or maybe someone needs some help, additional information, I need to prepare something, so I can go and check. But if I'm short on time, if I'm extremely busy, I don't have time to go through each of those notifications and go through channels, teams, maybe group chat, personal chats, and so on. So I can ask Copilot to maybe create a short summary from my mentions. So I will get information who mentioned me and what was the topic. So in this case, I have a couple of hours ago, John mentioned you in a message saying, I need your help. Okay, so I can go to that chat and check what's going on. Then I have a second mention that I need to prepare the plan for the IT, for some adoption plan from the IT perspective. So quickly, Copilot went through all my mentions, and generate some short summary. So, and again, there is a reference to this original message, so I can go quickly click that one, and I will be redirected to this specific mention. So I don't need to search using search window, or maybe go and scroll through all windows or channels. No, I can quickly select that reference, and I'm ready to go. And there are many other options that you want to maybe check if there's anything. For example, is there anything planned for me? And maybe no, there's no any recent announcements. That's great. But let me show you one more thing. Oh, I lost that one. Oh, here it is. So I can ask Copilot, is there anything shared with me? Because people shared a lot of files, and maybe I missed something. Maybe I didn't notice some sharing information. Some files are waiting for me. I need to check. So I can ask, is there anything for me? Is there anything that someone shared with me? As you can see, there's nothing waiting for me, so that's great. But if there's anything, I can go and check. I will get references for sharing, shared files, shared information, maybe folders. And if you work with this Copilot, you have access to all information in your account, and especially in Teams, so you can go through everything you have. So in this case, you of course start in your chat, in this Copilot chat. It has access to all your data, and you can ask for anything, not only that's inside Teams. So emails, files, meetings, maybe about your colleagues, mentions, that's very powerful, and more. But now let's switch to the meeting. So during the meeting, because there's much more, and this is where Copilot really shines. Okay, so I need to switch to my test account, John. And there's an ongoing meeting with some information. Okay. So in this example, meeting started almost 40 minutes ago, but I couldn't join. No, I joined the meeting, and I want to quickly catch up on what's going on during the meeting. The meeting someone started recording and transcript. This is transcript is the mandatory option for Copilot. If you do not start it, if you maybe in some cases can't enable transcript, you will get information that Copilot simply, well, won't work for you. But if it's enabled, you are ready to go, and there is a dedicated icon, Copilot, between notes and apps. So you can click and you'll get this tiny little option, window on the right hand pane. And you can ask, Microsoft, zoom in, Microsoft proposes a few prompts. So you can quickly go and maybe get information about meeting so far. So we'll get information, a short summary about this meeting. So let's check it. I generated it before, but I think it's a little bit updated. So as you can see, Copilot give me some short description, short information about what happened so far. So for example, in this case, a presenter introduced Teams and channel concept and so on, and explained different channel types. So if I missed something, I can quickly learn about it, read about it, and I don't need to watch recording from the beginning. And of course, recording will be available only after the meeting, not during the meeting. So I don't need to waste time and wait until the end. I can go quickly get information and actively participate in the meeting, because I know what happened so far. So I can ask maybe some additional questions. I can ask ask Copilot to list action items if there's anything, of course. Yeah, but there's nothing because this is some kind of training, and only one person showed something or presented something. But I have more options. Yeah, but those are proposed by Copilot. But in any case, you can go and type something that you want. For example, quite powerful is summarization options. For example, I want quick summary about channel types, but only in 3 sentences. I want it short. I don't want large or long information. I want it compact. Great. I have also a link to the original transcript when this specific person talked about that. But if I don't know something, for example, what is Teams channel? Maybe I'm new to this topic. I didn't read anything about that. Just brand new. I'm newbie, so maybe I don't want to ask because I am late. So I can ask, what does Teams channel mean? So what does some specific term used in the meeting or during the meeting? And I will get a response based on those information generated or saved in a transcript. Or maybe I want something more detailed. If we discuss about something, so what were the conclusions from the specific topic? Maybe of course, it doesn't make sense in this case, but you can ask for some conclusions. And if there are many people, you will get information about all conclusions created or made by specific person. And so you can ask, if I click the Copilot window and go again, I have my history from the very beginning of the meeting, so I don't need to type it again. But if I again miss something, I can ask Copilot to provide me some more information. That's great, but when the meeting ends, we are going to the next stage. So during the meeting, we can recap the meeting so far. So what happened? We can ask for some additional questions. This is also important if we do not have maybe ideas about what to propose, what to ask. We can ask Copilot to provide us some ideas about specific topic. And we can ask for some maybe opened questions. If there's anything opened about tasks, so please write me or summarize any opened maybe tasks. We can also create meeting notes. We'll get notes at the end of the meeting, but I will go through that topic in a moment. So let's now go to the last stage of the meeting. So what happened when the meeting is over? So I will leave the meeting from both of my accounts, and I will go to the meeting recap. So if I go to the meeting details and click recap, I will get some information about that, but because I clicked saved a few seconds ago, so it's empty. AI notes will be available in a few seconds or maybe in a few minutes. It depends. I will hide those chats. Okay, and go here to chat because right now the content is saved, recording is saved, so no, it's saving. If it's in saving state, you need to wait. Yeah, we are generating your content, so you need to wait. But fortunately, I have a few recordings prepared for this session. So for example, I created a meeting, created a recording with some transcripts, and I have this, so I can go and view this recap. So we have a recording, we have a transcript. Yeah, quite long one. And we have what? We have also AI notes. And this is notes generated by Copilot, by AI in Teams. So what you get here? Some meeting notes categorized and grouped by topic and follow-up tasks, if there's anything to follow, of course. In this case, I don't have any follow-up tasks, so this section is empty, but I have a lot of information here. So I have some information about introduction, some engagement, power-ups, training, transition, interaction, and so on. Great, some information, a lot of bullet points, a lot of information. So where it's not so a short summary, but quite detailed one. But this is generated by AI templates, so prompt behind those AI notes is hidden and you can't modify it. So you can't change maybe formatting information here. They are generated by you, by AI, and you can copy or don't use them. So there are only two options. You can use those notes or not. But you can also open Copilot window here. It's available here on top of the top right corner of the window. So if I click Copilot, I can work with this meeting because this Copilot window is connected directly to this meeting. So I don't need to tell Copilot that, hey, connect with this or that meeting and do something for me. No, this Copilot window is connected directly with the meeting, so I can ask for anything I want. For example, let's make this one, summarize something, but I want maybe summarize power ups advantages. Maybe not in 5, but not in 2, but in 5 sentences. So based on transcript now, Copilot will go through my a transcript and generating some information for me, and I have full control over those information because I can modify prompt, I can add some detailed information, formatting options, and so on. So I can in fact create my own meeting notes and use them later. So I can, as usual, Microsoft proposes some prompts. Again, recap the meeting, we generate meeting notes. In this case, you will get almost the same almost the same information as those nodes generated by default, but in a little bit different shape. And again, this is also very powerful because in these by default, by design AI nodes, just information, you have information, clear text without any references to the transcript. And here, you can directly jump to the specific point in time in transcript. So you can check if it's true or not. During Monday's presentation, Microsoft announced that Teams will, or Copilot in Teams will support or will use also information from Teams meeting chat. So you can find here also information from chats. So if, as usual, there are some, topics, talks, maybe some information on chat during the meeting, maybe some files, someone shared a file. So you get all those information in one place, so in one Copilot window, so you get one summary from transcript and from chat as well. In one of my previous tests, I got this information in one of my Copilot prompt, but now it's gone because it's, well, it's just announced, so it's in some rolling phase, but it will come to Teams pretty soon. But that's not all. Yeah? It's a short summary, that's great. But I can ask maybe, so I will switch to a different recording because I have two attendees here, John and Marcin. So I have more complicated scenario, maybe more real scenario. So I will open again Copilot. So I can ask, what did John say about what? Maybe syntax. So I can ask about specific information from specific person. Oh, as you can see, John discussed SharePoint syntax, focusing on something and so on. And I have as all references to the specific place in transcript. Or maybe, this is quite powerful, were there any important decisions during this meeting? Yeah, there were no explicit mentions of decisions because this was only a training session. But if there were anything related to some decisions, tasks, you will get information in points. You can get in bullet points or in a table. Who decided what, when, and why? Maybe you can ask also about some disagreements if there's anything related to this. Yeah, because there was only a demo. I don't have anything related to. I didn't created anything about agreements, disagreements, decisions. So it's empty. But let's go back to the previous one because I want to ask something more. And because we can ask Copilot to provide, for example, create a pros and cons of power-ups and format as a table. In this case, Copilot create table. Yep, with pros and cons, maybe with some positive and negative aspects of specific topic. And in each cell, I have direct connection to the specific transcript, sentence or paragraph. So it's easy to check if it's true or not, because anyway, and after all, it's still Copilot, and it can generate some fake informations. But and the table format something as a table is very powerful because it will group information by specific columns and give you very nice and easy to check information. That is, a table or bullet points are good, but if you want something in different categories, tables are really great. And Copilot can works pretty well with tables. You can also use something different. For example, format each section with maybe bolded heading or bullet lists or bolded names and so on. So you can type or you can ask Copilot to format those information in a specific way. And then I can use and copy this information out of this Copilot window and use it somewhere else. I can also ask Copilot to maybe show me, no, maybe not show, but I need to. Oh, maybe what tasks were assigned, if there's anything else, of course. No tasks, so that's good. But based on this, you can also create your own prompt for meeting notes. So you can create your own template. For example, you want meeting notes with bullet points, with task created grouped by topic or maybe by user, or maybe introduction must be max 5 sentences, and then topics, 1 sentence per topic, and then maybe task, and maybe then follow-up tasks, maybe some additional next meeting schedule information, and so on. So you can create your own meeting notes templates, meeting notes prompt, and then use it here based on your requirements, because this one is by default AI notes, you can't modify them, so you can create your own. So this is very important because you don't need to copy transcript and paste it on this Copilot chat. You can do this directly from this window. So again, you can review the recap, ask for additional information. For example, what would specific person say? Is there anything out of this meeting? Any conclusions, pros, cons, format as a table? Create your own meeting notes with your own template, with specific information and specific formatting, for example, table, bullet points, or maybe no bullet points, just short summary. And I will show you that a few prompts that works pretty well with Teams meetings. So summarize something in 2 sentences, maybe give a few examples of challenging question to ask the presenter. What does something mean? This is great when we talk about some technical stuff and we don't know that term. What someone said, why is this specific topic important? What were the conclusions from this specific topic? And that one is important, and it works pretty well if there's anything, if you need to, if there must be some decisions made during the meeting. Maybe list all dates mentioned in chronological order. This is great if there are some dates, of course. If you have meeting about some planning, for example, you want to plan a webinar or conference with dates, so you discuss dates, you can ask Copilot to get all information about dates, and create you a plan in chronological order. So you don't need to move those dates manually. And what you can ask about recommendation for the launch event and so on. List the disagreements, list in a table, most lively topics or pros and cons. This is also good. In a table, list details of all person concerns with bulleted suggestions, and format as a table as formatting options, or maybe something more specific. For example, format each section with bolded heading, with a bulleted list, bolded names, and so on. So you can not only specify what you want, but how. So in what kind of format do you want this? And before we have 5 minutes left. So last one thing, include details in your prompt. Because you can ask, give me summary, but you get summary without any specific information. And in this case, Microsoft Copilot will give you summary based on internal logic. So make it specific as possible. So for example, summarize this topic in 10 sentences with maybe some grouped by person, grouped by task, and so on. Use natural language. So talk with Copilot like with your colleagues. Don't make it, a summary in 5 sentences. It gives you something, but not as good as the case with natural language. You can ask for recommendation, chronological order, reasoning. You will get much more if you be very specific and ask for something. Use tables. It's great, and you will get easier information, better look and feel of information of those outputs from Copilot. And as usual, iterate. If you get information but you want something more, so just ask to maybe rephrase something or maybe change formatting. And always check. This is important because even during today's tests, I got at least 2 or maybe 3 fake information. Fake details, maybe not so important, but still, always read what Copilot generated for you, and check with transcript, maybe correct as usual. And if you create your prompt for meeting notes or something that works great for you, save it. Save it because create a OneNote loop, Word document, whatever. Save your prompts, and maybe it's also a good idea to share with your colleagues, so you don't need to waste, or they don't need to waste time checking or prompting from scratch, but you can use one specific prompt for maybe meeting notes, and you will get consistent outputs for everyone and from different type of meetings. Okay, so that's all from my side, guys. If there's anything, any questions, please type them in chat.